I have a theory. There are 3 stages to dating and relationships: attraction, foundation, and maintenance. The trinity, the holy trinity to a balanced, successful, romantic dating and intimacy life. The problem is, if you look at these 3 stages like a Venn diagram, there will only be a small percentage of people who fit within all 3 skill sets. Typically, people may be good at understanding and achieving success in one of these stages, maybe 2, but rarely all 3. Of course, this idea is a gross generalization, but I think it will be a helpful one for anyone who wants to be a little bit more accurate in pinpointing their pain points and areas of opportunity when it comes to becoming more successful at dating and relationships. I would consider myself more successful and experienced with the attraction stage. I have had to come a long way at understanding and implementing the importance of the foundation stage, but I definitely still seem to struggle the most with what it means to build success in the maintenance stage. So let's take it a little bit deeper, shall we? It's helpful to think about the attraction stage like advertising and pitching to potential buyers. This is a person's ability to get their foot in the door, to knock on doors, to get a seat at the table. This is where things like physical attractiveness and confidence and charisma are king. To put it crudely, this is the territory that the Chads and the Tyrones and the Alphas monopolize the majority of women, but then never commit to them, where the majority of men are invisible. And as such, this is also where things like consumerism and materialism and social media and dating apps and dating coaches stand to profit the most off of the vicious cycle that just churns people through the ringer of short-term dating. All of the insecure and wounded and low self-worth people who have been hurt, who are struggling with relationships, are the perfect demographic to sell to. The attraction stage really is the realm of hookup culture and materialism. And this is where so many modern relationships seem to live on a 3-month cycle at a time. Wash, rinse, and repeat. The second stage is the foundation stage. It's pretty self-explanatory. Think of it like a construction crew digging the foundations for a building. This is difficult work that many people avoid because it is hard and you have to get your hands dirty. This is about boundaries and values and intentions and commitment. The deeper that you dig, the stronger your structure will be. The Chads, the Tyrones, the Instagram girlies, the hookup culture participants, etc., will struggle to get to this stage because it is too deep for them and they can't swim. They need to stay in the shallow water of stage 1. People pleasers will also struggle deeply with this stage and often find themselves signing their rights away to people who will just bulldoze over any of their ideas and plans and build whatever they want. They could pitch a circus tent and the people pleaser will just get inside of it and sit there like, this is fine. And it always is fine until it's not. The key to this stage is having prior experience with digging a foundation for yourself within yourself, regardless of anyone else. People who have not built a home within themselves will reside within other people for shelter. They will move into a crack house if they are told that that is what a home looks like. If you can't say no to what you don't want, then you can't say yes to what you do want either. You will continue to live as a byproduct and a reaction to other people's needs. Avoidant people will also struggle with this stage as they will start to shut down and run away at the first sign of discomfort and serious conversations and commitment. Another demographic that will struggle here will be entitled people, because they have extremely unrealistic expectations that they call standards of relationships and other people, and they will be turned off by the idea of any sort of discomfort or sacrifice on their end, so they'll just look for a people pleaser to bulldoze. There are so many deeper and more nuanced conversations this concept can get into, and I hope it does that for you, but for the sake of this video, let's keep it topical and move on. The third stage, and in my experience the most difficult, is the maintenance stage. The honeymoon is over. This is where dreams go to die. This is where lovers become roommates, where the sex and intimacy drop off of a cliff, when date nights disappear, when love notes don't happen as often, where expectations replace appreciation. This is where a beautifully constructed home falls into disrepair and decay over time. This is where divorce waits patiently in the shadows, sharpening its teeth, where time and responsibility and reality erode our expectations of what we thought life was supposed to be, and when all of our masks have fallen off and we are naked and all of the good, the bad, and the ugly have been exposed. I don't have enough successful and lasting personal experience in this stage to give a more positive outlook, but I've had a few relationships in my life that have lasted a few years, so I do have some understanding of what I think and observe to be important here. And I would say that the top 3 things for lasting relationships, in my opinion, are: number 1, you have to choose more connection than disconnection. This will make or break any relationship over time more than anything else. We have to choose to connect, to sacrifice time and energy to attune and to invest in each other. In any difficult moment or situation, you have a choice between connection and disconnection. And number 2, you have to keep growing and investing in yourself. This will help keep you attractive and interesting. If you are letting yourself go, why would you be overly surprised when someone else also starts to let you go? And number 3, understanding that they are not you and they are not responsible for your happiness. Expectations are corrosive. No one will complete you or do everything right. We all have different strengths and weaknesses and wounds and experiences, and the areas that cause friction between us often persist even as time goes on, as we learn to polish those edges and make space for those differences, and we learn to appreciate each other's strengths and support each other's weaknesses. Now, I hope laying out these 3 stages was interesting to you, but more importantly, that such ideas can help you navigate yourself better within the confusing mess that is dating and relationships today. If you have any opinions or questions, please drop a comment below.